Hello! What's up everyone? It's Kyle and I'm back here again with another Axie video. So today, I will be giving you guys a battle guide. This could be intermediate or advanced, and here we'll be going over some tips, some tricks, some card bonuses, and other information you might not have known when battling in Axie Infinity. So this is so you guys have an advantage when playing your next opponent, and hopefully you learned something. Okay guys, so the first thing I'd like to cover here is class advantages. So the advantages and disadvantages in the different Axies. So as you can see here, we have 9 classes. We have the Beast, the Bug, the Mech, we have the Bird, the Aqua, the Dawn, we have the Plant, the Reptile, and the Dusk, right? This is taken from the Axie Infinity Discord, however I did take the time to edit it to make it clearer. Sorry if the quality is slow, this is all they provide. But if you look at the color green, this means 15% effective, right? So these 3 are effective against this is effective against this, and vice versa. And if you look at the red color, that means it's not very effective and it loses 15% damage. So I hope the colors help here, help it become more clear. So let's have an example, shall we? An example here, right? When does class advantages apply? So in order for it to apply, I'd like to discuss the three units that are involved when attacking. So here you have the attacker. So here you have the attacker, you have the attacking card, and you have the defender or the receiver of the attacking card, right? What I want you guys to know is the only things that matter here are the attacking card and the class of the receiver or defender. The attacker doesn't matter, so the attacker here plays no role. Basically, what I mean by this is even if it's Aqua, let's say an Aqua is playing the Nutcrack card against the Plant, this will still give a 15% bonus, even though it's an Aqua. So if it's an Aqua or a Beast, it doesn't matter. As long as the attacking card is a Beast and the defender is a Plant, it will still give the same 15% bonus. So the attacker does not matter here. The only thing you look at is the attacking card and the defender or receiver. Because some of your Axies may be one type, but they may have the cards of another type. Just know what matters in advantages is the cards you have. So going back, ideally for a team, you want to have cards that cover every single class. You want to have cards that can beat all 9 classes in your team. Okay, now we will be talking about bonuses. So as you can see, there are 4 bonuses here. We have Scab, which is same class attack bonus. We have the combo bonus, chaining bonus, and crits, which we all know what crits are. So for Scab, right, same class type. So if you're a Plant and you use a Plant card, may it be shield or attack, it gives you a 10% bonus, as you can see here. From 140 shield, it became 150. That's because of the same card bonus. So this works for shield and attack. If you see here, I play a Plant card that does 70, but it shows 77% damage. Why? Because this is the same class type bonus in action. Now here we have the combo bonus. The same card I played earlier now does 80 damage instead of 77. This is because of the combination. Another good example can be seen here. 1 blackmail, 112 damage to a Plant. 2 blackmails, however, they do 120 each. So this is the combination bonus. Finally, we have the chaining bonus, which unfortunately I cannot give an example of because all my cards are pure, or all my Axies are pure. But essentially for chaining bonus is you have 2 different Axies playing the same class, and this is how you get a shield bonus. You cannot get a shield bonus when you have 1 Axie playing the same type. So for the combo bonus, it only works for attacking and not shield. So if you play 2 shields with 1 Axie, it doesn't give you another increase bonus. But however, chaining will give you the bonus you're looking for. As long as you play the same type of card, even though they're 2 different Axies, there will be a bonus. And this is the chaining bonus. Finally, we have the final one, which is Last Stand. So in case you guys didn't know, if your Axie runs out of health, it actually still has a chance to play it around. And this is through what we call Last Stand. So here in the video behind, you can see I kill this bird. I deplete all its HP, however, it still is on fire. This is last stand mode. One thing you have to take note about last stand mode is every card that's played that doesn't affect it causes 1 tick. So you can see last stand is divided into bars. Last stand is divided into ticks. So here for the first example, you can see the bird has 2 ticks. Every time a card is played and it does not hit the Axie on last stand, it will cause 1 tick to decrease. And every time a card is directly hitting the Axie with 2 ticks, or every time the card is directly affecting the last stand Axie, it will deal 2 ticks of damage, not 1. So here's an example with my beast. My beast will be using Night Steal, and instead of taking out 1 tick, it's just gonna kill it instantly. Now moving on, here I want to talk about energy counting. So what you have to understand about energy in this game is at the start of the round, each player gets 3 energy, and from round 2 onwards, you gain 2 energy. And this does not include cards that can give you energy. So some cards that can give you energy are Lunar Absorb, Tail Slap, Veggie Bite, which can steal energy. So you have to account for stealing and gaining energy, and you have to keep a mental number in your head how much energy your opponent has to therefore give you an advantage, because that way you know how many cards they can play based on the energy they have. So yeah, normally in the first round people just skip to gain 5 energy, but sometimes they play cards that can steal your energy. So a tip here in energy is you want to check your opponent's cards to know if they can steal your energy or not. Otherwise, something like this would happen to you. Right here, I just lose 2 energy off the start because I skipped and the opponent had Veggie Bite or Vegetal Bite, which I did not account for. Alright guys, now we're gonna move on to one of the more complicated parts of the game, I think. So here we're gonna talk about card counting. If you notice, in the bottom left of your screen, you see 24 cards, right? That is your whole deck. That is the deck of cards you have, and your opponent also has the same 24 cards. You both have the same, you both start off with 24 cards every time. So the question is, what is the 24 cards composed of? If you see here, this is an example of my team, right? Each of your Axies, they each have 4 cards. So here my bird has Blackmail, Dark Swoop, Egg Bomb, Risky. My plant has 4 cards, my beast also has 4 cards, right? But however, everything combined is only 12. Well, the 24 cards is basically these 12 cards times 2. So you each get to use the same card twice per deck. So how would it look like? It should look like... So this is how your 24 cards should look like, or this is how mine would look like. Yours may be different depending on what cards your Axies have. But yeah, this is what I mean by you could only use a certain card twice. And once you use them, so in the first round, we both have 24, right? If I use my 2 Blackmails in the first round, I can't use them again until all these other cards, right? All these other cards, until they're all used, I cannot use Blackmail again. So this is one note I'm pretty sure beginners will have no clue. But yeah, if you look at the bottom left, you see 24 cards. These are the 24 cards you get, and you could only use each one twice per deck. You have to wait to consume everything else before you have a chance on getting the card you want again. So yeah, just take note. Each card you can only use twice per 24. So this right here was the first half of card counting. The other half, as you can see in the top right, you also see a number. At the start of the round, the number is 0. Why? What does that mean? The cards in the top right, they are the cards your opponent has on the round previous. Okay, I know it sounds confusing. So in the first round, there is no previous round. There's no round 0 or -1. That's why it's 0. But once we move on to round 2, you can see that the value will show 6. right? Why? Because at the start of the game, each player starts with 6 cards, and every other round, you get 3 cards onwards. This does not include certain cards that give you the ability to earn more or discard as well. But by default, if you play normal cards that doesn't let you draw a card, like October for example, you get to draw a card. You both start with 6 in round 1, and round 2, 3, 4 onwards, you get +3 each time. And that's what the number in the top right is. So that's why if you notice in the second round, it's gonna show 6, because in the first round, we both had 6 cards. Unless the opponent gained a card through a certain card ability that makes them add a card. But if not, then yeah, it is what it is. So the number in the top right, the cards your opponent has in the round previous. So if you see 6 in round 2, that means in round 1, they had 6 cards, and so on. Finally, I want to cover buffs and debuffs in the game. So, in the game, there are actually only 3 buffs, which include attack, morale, and speed. So, they're pretty self-explanatory. Morale just gives you a better chance for critting and for last stand, because morale's the only uncommon term here. You guys should know what speed is and what attack is. Moving on, in contrast to the buffs, we have 13 debuffs in the game. 13. So I'm only gonna cover some of them, but I will be leaving a link in the description where you can read each one. So here we have Aroma, Attack Down, Chill, Fear, Fragile, Jinx, Lethal, Morale Down, Poison, Sleep. We even have Stun, and we also have Speed Down. Yeah, we just have so much. The last one is Stench, which makes an Axie skip you. But here I'll be giving some tips on how you can use the buffs and debuffs to your advantage, okay? So here's an example of the Chill debuff. When using a card with a Chill debuff, you want to make sure you play it first, because a common mistake people do is they play another card and then the Chill debuff, which will still give the opponents a chance to last stand. So what you want to do is play the Chill buff first, or make sure it's not last. That way your opponent will be chilled, and then the next move will guarantee the kill and they won't be able to last stand. Another tip here is being able to use Aroma at your advantage. So one of the moves that gives Aroma here is Egg Bomb. And as you can see here, I'm in a completely losing position because my beast is low and he still has 2 full HP Axies. However, with 1 Egg Bomb, I'm able to protect my beast, given that the Axie using the Egg Bomb has enough HP to tank damage. So as you can see here, I use Egg Bomb, and because of this, his Aqua ends up attacking my bird. This way I'm still able to use my beast, and then I just repeat it afterwards, and therefore win the game through doing this strategy. So with a simple trick like this, such as using your Aroma to tank or protect the Axie in front of you, so the Axie in front of you can also do damage, you can potentially turn games around using this strategy. Moving on for the less attack debuff. So what you want to do is you want to play the weaker card first. That way you lose less damage from the debuff. So here's an example. I have the debuff. I make sure to play a 120 card. My 150 card gives me a debuff, and I follow it by a 120. That way I can still give max damage. A better example can be seen here when I have the debuff and I play Dark Swoop first, which does 25 damage, and then I play the remaining cards. So as you can see, once I attack here with the 25 damage, it only does 20. I lose 5 damage, and then I get to use my big power cards to max damage. This also applies for stuns. When your Axie gets stunned, you want to use a low damage card for the stun, and let the high damage cards come after it. But yeah, that's about it for debuffs. I hope you guys click on the link, read on it more, and then further understand what cards you have that give buffs and debuffs and use it to your advantage. These are just some examples of it. Finally, we now conclude with the part I'm sure everyone is looking forward to. We are actually having another scholarship giveaway. So in case you haven't noticed, we have one video our first video is also a scholarship giveaway. So that's right, we are now opening up 2 slots for scholarship. So the scholarship program once again will start in August. So here in this video, you have a chance to win a scholarship. And if you want to increase your chances, just hop on our first video and click on the Gleam.io link in the description. So once again, we are opening 2 slots of scholarships. What you have to do is just comment your Discord ID and your email in the description. You just comment that, and if you want another chance to win, please visit our first video and click on the Gleam.io link in the description. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Just please stay updated. We're gonna announce the winners on Twitter. So if you want to maximize your chance once again, please enter in this video and please also enter in Gleam. And yeah, just make sure you subscribe, hit like, and I'll see you around. Best of luck and happy grinding.